want us now to have the song of the week, because the song of the week really is just about the king of the jungle, one that we have been very proud of, but man, it was so sad what happened. But we're going to talk about that. But first, let's have the song of the week. And I know many of you will probably remember this song, by the way. I'll admit I'd watched this movie so many times I could literally recite everything word for word. But coming up is Lion King.
I love it.
Very appropriate song there. Lion King, you guys are confusing me.
Someone is so
but it's because I was into the song, I was enjoying it. And I must admit that this, I think for me, is not one of, my best animation so far.
Since 1994, since it was launched.
It's still
It makes me cry every single time you first time. I'm like,
you need a 3D of it. Yeah.
And you cry like I swear till today.
Is the 3D out?
It's there. There's been Lion King 1, Lion King 2, Lion King 3. Even how Timon and Pumbaa met.
Unfortunately for me, I don't know why, but sequels never quite do it.
No, but they have, especially the third one. It's a lot more to do with how they met and they're actually watching it and posing it and going back and forth. And the song, and the song.
Then you make Disney cry.
And Zuzim can cry.
But now Lion King, the king of the jungle, and this week, of course, Mohawk from the national park. First of all, I don't know what has suddenly gone wrong at the national park, that we have all these cats all over. We had, was it 6 of them that had escaped some time ago in Kibera, Langata area. Then we had the one just not very far from here, Cabanas, and we at Standard Group had decided that they were going to work very hard. None of us is coming out because we're working hard. But
I was in traffic, I went back home.
You didn't come that day by day.
Yeah, but obviously this now is a subject that has gone world over, given that we only have 2,000 lions in the country, and actually as per yesterday, well, there's Mohawk, and now apparently there's another one that was killed by Morans yesterday. But obviously the tragedy of having to lose a lion that was fairly young and really part of our heritage.
I feel like apart from the poachers, now we have KWS who want to break the circle of life. Like you guys had one job and you're failing at it. 9 times, you're going to shoot it 9 times because you don't have tranquilizers and your KWS. It just doesn't make sense to me.
We expect them to, take care of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, in fact, there's I think it's in the Star. There's a cartoon where there is a poacher shooting an elephant and a KWS guy shooting a lion, which is literally what is happening.
I almost amounted it to poaching because I saw that clip and I almost shed a tear because I thought, look at that beautiful lion. Very appropriate song right there that we just had from Lion King. And if you look at the history of Lion King, it almost gives you that majestic feel of the lion. So a beautiful animal that we have, tourist attraction and stuff like that. Very sad. Probably we should have an ecologist from the wildlife to tell us why the lions are straying from the parks. But one more thing, I think KWS must have done something better. They should have done something better. They should have condoned the area, first of all. You cannot have guys parking cars there, out of their cars, taking selfies, others on top of the car, and this is a lion. It panicked.
And shooting the air. In their defense, that's why they actually shot it dead, because according to one of the guys I saw interviewed, he was saying that at that point, the lion felt cornered.
Yes.
There's too much activity happening.
Exactly.
So
they got confused. What did they expect? Do they expect the lion to come and ask them which way back home or what? Do you understand? Why do you let so many people come and crowd? It is not used to that kind of an environment. I mean, even when we used to go for school trips when we were young, I remember when we would meet wild animals, the escorts would tell us, keep your voices down, don't make the wild animal nervous, don't make it panic because it can charge. What do you expect when it's surrounded? People are shouting, people are hooting, people are driving everywhere, people are trying to corner it, and shots are fired. It's going to charge. It's a wild animal. Okay, so for them to take it down like that was really, really sad. That was really, really sad.
Mike, by the way, this is not even funny at all, especially because we're dealing with movie. Lion King was a good one, but the situation we are in right now can be equated to that movie Madagascar. It's another animation. It's very nice. And Madagascar is where now these animals that were used to being in a certain security place, when they now move from where they are safe and then they go into the wild, they can't deal. The moment we were busy trying to build this city and we're trying to say we have a national park within the city, we forgot that the moment you want to build a bypass and there's 1,000 other people and people now begin to get there, you're confusing the natural habitat of these animals. They are no longer in a place where they feel safe. You cannot contain them because that is not how they are used to, and because you're not even with them every day. And then Kenyans just want to assume that animals are at the same par with them. They're not your bestie. The animal isn't your buddy. You're not going to tell it now, hold on, my daughter also wants to deal with you like this. It doesn't. But it's our own fault with the systems that aren't working and policies that we put there and forget that these things need to be taken care of by us. it has changed.
It has
Perhaps it's about time we removed that national park from there, or we put softer things in it. But you can't have those
But you
cartoons
see,
there.
there's also the narrative, and you know,
Can you see what's happening?
is
Can you
never-
see?
yeah, there is-
Someone is driving off just as they shoot the lion. Can you
Yeah,
see
so
how do you
it's-
see at what risk that person is
a
putting
danger
those?
to the,
I mean,
for him to have
that is a
fired
gunshot.
nine. Yeah.
I mean, if you have a stray bullet going and shooting that guy,
it is-
that's another story. Why did they could know that whole area, secure it, make sure people are 3 kilometers away, then deal with the
But in
lion?
defense of KWS, you know, Kenyans are normally, we have what Michael Joseph referred to as the peculiar
Yes.
behavior of Kenyans. We run towards danger.
It's
we
one
don't
over.
run away from it. If you have a bomb exploding somewhere, guys run
We run
towards it.
there.
So if there is a lion there, hey, let's go.
But that's world over. You can seal off the area. It's very simple. Just
How do you conceal off the area when you have all these guys who want to take selfies, others on a pickup who want to get close and say, yeah, I was mazeni ulikuwa hapo
I feel
mazeni.
sometimes as Africans we are our own worst enemies. So a lion has been killed, then you want to take a selfie. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, both yes with poachers and now with the likes of KWS, and then we as society not taking responsibility and talking about it and finding a way forward, we are our own enemies. And then at the end of the day, I feel it will get to some point where tourism will just die if we cannot take care of what we have. You know the saying where you don't know what you have until it's gone. Wait, our children will not be able to see Nairobi National
Stevens,
Park or any other.
you're rather
islands.
quiet, Stevens. What's up? Are you
I'm
okay?
enjoying everything here, man. But again, Mike, one thing about the lions is that one, for a long time, we never thought there were lions inside the park.
Yeah, by the way.
Everybody said the park is now dry. We have nothing to showcase to our tourists and to ourselves, and our animals are gone. Now we see a lot of lions. We've been reducing them by killing them, for lack of a better word. We can relocate them to Machakos.
Why Machakos? We could. Look at this guy. No, we
May I go on? May I go on?
We should, yeah. Why relocate them to Machakos? You know, Nairobi right now is one of the unique cities in the world
yes.
because you have a national park, I think is like 15 kilometers from the CBD, which is a unique feature which you should protect.
And that's why I'm coming now. Every time I travel out of the country, I make this joke to everybody I meet that I live in Nairobi and we live with animals and we live with lions. They find that so amazing. I don't know which other city has a park inside
In the
where you can just drive along the highways and see giraffes,
Animals and-
elephants, whatever it is. That's so amazing about Kenya, and I think again the Ministry of Tourism should again showcase Nairobi as that way, even Kidero himself. At this point, when, like she said, when we have a lot of encroachment, and I don't think we should beat about the bush about what is happening to our park. A lot of encroachment right now, chunks of land sold to private investors. You can fly over and just see what is happening to the park, even all the way from the Isenya area. You know, and when you think about that, and you think again, the bypass again, which is
Exactly.
now going on,
Yes.
construction,
Yes.
very,
SGR.
very heavy machines drilling the stones and everything down Langata Road, where most of the vegetation, where these animals have been now all this time, is now being cleared. And three again, the railway gauge, and I'm not doing politics now. It is going right straight inside the park,
Exactly.
all the way.
I saw
Tell me what
it.
will happen even after this happens, when all these structures are put and are ready to move. Will we even have lions?
Now that we're talking about animations, remember, is it Finding Nemo, where a fish is taken out of its
Yes,
environment and put
yes.
into a pond, and these humans, we just seem to be so distracted.
I know. You can imagine how those lions are seeing us currently.
definitely.
You know, Steve had a very important point. The whole constructions and the gauge railway, they had to remove the fence, if I'm not wrong, yes? But then we've got to remember, cats, in this case lions, are very territorial. Yeah? So when they see this construction is happening, things, you know, they can
You
sense
disturb
something
the
is
environment,
happening.
yeah, yeah.
They
And all
will
the
go-
noise.
Like us, Kenyans, they will go towards the trouble. And what will they find? They will find humans, you know? And then at the end of the day, their food, you know, the likes of the giraffes and the stuff, and somehow, okay, not no longer there, but they've moved.
They're messed up,
So
yeah.
then again, when they come towards this side and they bite a human, very salty.
Yeah.
You know, it's the construction, and I feel like KWS and SGS should somehow come up with a solution for it. I feel like that's not a good excuse for us to have. And like you said, you go abroad and you talk about it, we have that pride, you know, we have a city and it has wild animals. You come back home, oh, you can't even defend it.
You can't even defend them. And I remember, there are places you go and they ask you, oh, you know, when you get to Africa, do you have animals in the city? Do you live together? And I'm like, yeah, actually,
yes, we do.
Even in your embassy.
Literally.
In your embassy is on top of a tree. But once again, when we discuss about the human-wildlife conflict, well, it's bound to happen because of population and all that. But we were very proud of KWS. Remember, there's a KWS officer who found a killed elephant. And he actually shed tears, right? And we thought these guys are very passionate about it. But this one also almost amounted to extrajudicial killing of the wildlife animals. Because I saw them shooting it so passionately. It's like, we just want it dead. We want it dead. KWS mandated.
I thought that maybe it was a wanted lion. Like, you know, like the way it looked like it's a wanted this lion.
It's like they wanted to finish it like really, really quick, and I really felt sad about it because I'm sure there are places, there are measures that they could have done to evacuate that lion.
Exactly. And it's still remaining alive.
Yes.
And it's and I guess
Not eating a salty human being.
We'll wait. That's a myth apparently. I asked one of the KWS guys that apparently if a lion tastes a human being, then it can only have human
But
being.
it's true. It's actually true.
Because of
That happened during Rwanda. You don't remember? No, it's not a myth. It's true. No, it's not a myth. Remember the time when they were building the railway? No, you don't remember the Uganda railway. If a lion was to taste your blood, human blood is different. It's like barbecue and ribs.
Yeah, but you see, even if you eat barbecue and ribs, doesn't mean you want your chicken.
There we go. They will never go back to eating animals.
No, that one I beg to differ. We'll have to check what the facts are. Google is my friend. I will consult.
KWS can organize for salt licks for the animals.
Oh my gosh.
Once not human, always human.
No, it's like telling me if I taste chicken and I really love chicken, I'll never have beef.
No.
You will still have.
We are saying soya as meat.
Mike, I think that comes actually from the lion man-eaters of Savo. And it's been proven, or rather, that actually if a lion tastes a human being, it will always go back. And that's why they always...
Do you agree that if a lion tastes a human being, that it will not eat anything else other than human being? I'm not quite sure about that.
Once you go
down and think, let's have human kebab today.
But it's true. I would be surprised. No, not surprised. It will not eat anything.
Yeah, but you need to know that lions don't really perceive humans as their prey.
Yeah.
They'll only attack and sometimes they'll kill and eat.
When they're in danger.
So there's always that myth because of man-eaters of Savo would always come back for the builders of the railway.
Okay. Anyway, that's Mohawk, the lion, very, very sad. And of course, justice generally from people felt it was not done. And we hope that once KWS comes out with their statement, because, you know, typical of Kenya, we're waiting for the statement to be done. Investigations are being done. I don't know what investigations, because we saw it all with the glaring cameras.